Hey, this is Jimmy with Chef Units, Food Trucks and Food Traders. Today, I have here Santa Maldonado, which is Bendita Cocina. I'll be giving you a quick tutorial on the components and gas appliances. Okay, so first things first, we're gonna start with the breaker panel. Up here, you'll have your breakers labeled. Your number 1, number 3 will be your main. Number 5 will be your AC. Number 5B will be your water heater. 7A will be your water pump. 7B will be your hood lights. 9A, your extractor. 9B, your refrigerator. 2A will be your outlet number 6. 2B will be your exterior lights. 4A will be your cold prep table. 4B will be your outlet number 3. Number 6A will be your interior lights. 6B will be your outlet number 2. Number 8A will be your outlet number 5. 8B will be your outlet number 4. And for the number 10 will be your gas detector. And 10B will be your outlet number 1. Okay, so now on this side of the trailer, you have your water pump switch, your water heater switch. You want to turn that on, as well as your water heater. Here you have your soap dispenser, your wash, hands only station, your paper dispenser, your wash, your rinse, your sanitize. This is your cold water. And now your hot water. Now below, you will have your 6-gallon water heater, and to the very far back, you will have your water pump. And to the right, you have your 30-gallon potable water tank, your fresh water tank. At the top, you got your cleaning port. That way, if you want to add a solution and clean the water tank, it will be a simple process as just quick and turn up here on this 1.5-inch cap. Add your solution, add your water, let it rest for a couple of minutes, and down below at the wastewater valve, just open the valve to rinse it all out. Okay, so over here you have your vegetable sinks. This will be connected to your outlet number 3, which will be the water pump connected to this as your water pump. Below you have your potable water tank. Okay, so on this upper part, you got your gas detector, you got your hood lights for your hood vent, and then you have your extractor. You got your high and low. You got your high and low, you're able to adjust it. Okay, so within this compartment, right, here will be your TV. So that way, if you want to connect maybe some HDMI, a USB, as well as an antenna maybe, here will be your port connectors. Simple as that. Right here, you have your 5-pound ABC fire extinguisher. Above, you got some wall shelves, 15 by 36. Okay, so on this right side, under the hood vent, you got your 24-inch 4-plate hot burner. You have your 20-inch grill. You have your 24-inch griddle. You have your 40-pound fryer, and then you have your 29-inch sandwich prep table. Above, you have your 10-pointer fire suppression tank, as well as it's connected to this handle just in case a fire decides to come out. Here you have your whole fire suppression line all the way throughout the hot plate burner. Here you have your work tables. Below you have your Type K liquid extinguisher specifically for your fires. And then right here at the very end, you have your refrigerator. Okay, so now to turn on the appliances. A major step before proceeding, you want to make sure that you turn on your extractor. Set it to your adjusted speed, which is high or low, as well as keep your hood lights on. Okay, so once you have the gas valve from the propane tank, as well as the small gas valve that allows gas to flow through the pipe, once both of them are open, right, you want to come down here, open your first, which will be this hot plate valve. This will be your first 4-burner. Once you have that on, you will start hearing a little hissing sound, right? From there, these are your pilots. Gas will start coming out of there, small and slow. And from there, with this lighter, you just want to light the pilot up. Once you see a blue flame emitting from it, you can easily just turn on the valve. Okay, so onto the second appliance, which it will be your grill. Has a grill valve. Up here, you want to remove a couple of pieces. This will be your pilot. From there, with the lighter, same procedure, light that on, a blue flame will start emitting. From there, before turning the knob, right, you want to put your pieces back onto the grill. Right. Simple procedure. Put that back on. Once everything is back on, from there you can easily turn on the valve and the heating element will start emitting a huge flame. Same procedure with this one. Okay, so onto the griddle, our third appliance, right? Down here, you got your griddle valve. Turn that to the on position. Same procedure with this one, although this one is kind of sneaky. Down below, you will have this little square opening where the pilot will be located. From there, you want to light that on. Same procedure. You will start hearing a little hissing. Turn the pilot on. With this one, once the pilot is on, turn the valve to the high. And from this one, you can extend the fire from the right to the left the moment you turn on the valve. So that way you don't have to go through the same procedure. And from there, you want to shut it off. Turn the valve back on. Same down here. Turn that off and no gas will start flowing in. Okay, onto the last appliance, right? You have your fryer valve. The moment you open the gas valve, you want to come down here. You will have this little mechanism with the word pilot on it. The letter L is the one that be sticking out the most. And down here, you will see like two little dots aligning with each other. Now there, you want to align the letter L. Once you do that, you want to start pumping it, right? For about 30 seconds to a minute. Keep pumping it. Once you do that for about 30 seconds to a minute, hold the knob down for about 30 seconds to a minute as well. And then up here, you will have the same thing, a pilot and hissing with the gas, right? From there, you want to light up the pilot. Once the pilot is lit on, flame will start bursting out. Not in a huge way, but in a small way. And you gotta still hold the knob. So after the 30 seconds to a minute has passed by, you wanna let the knob go and the flame up there should stay on. From there, turn the pilot to the on position, right? It should say on, aligning with the two dots. And from there, that means you're ready. We're gonna head to the last step, which will be you adjusting to your desired temperature. And now if you want to turn that off, bring it back to off. Down here, bring it back all the way to the off option, push it forward. And you will see that the off is aligning with the two little dots. Okay, so at the very bottom, you will have a waste water valve, one for your 3 compartment sink and the other one for your vegetable sink, right? Both works the same way. It will be as simple as turning the cap off and just pulling the lever outwards. Now, these caps will come with this feature, right? Let's say you don't want to take the trailer somewhere, but you want to drain your wastewater. You will have this 3/4 cap, which you can easily twist off. And from there, you can connect a 3/4 garden hose, right? And from there, put it back on, open the valve, as well as connect a 3/4 garden hose, and you can extend it out to a drainage if there's one nearby. Same procedure with the left one, right? Twist. Okay, so this water inlet, this will go specifically for your 3 compartment sink, and this second water inlet will be for your vegetable sink. Okay, so here we have your 100 propane tank, which is empty at this given moment. Up here you have your regulator, your gas hose, and this is your gas valve on and off, right? When it's at the vertical position, that means gas is flowing through. When it's at a horizontal position, that means it's closed and no gas is flowing through, as well as you have your on and off gas valve up here to release some gas, right? Here you have your electric jack around 5,000 pounds. Simple as turning it on. This light will turn on, and from here you can extend it upwards or downwards. Okay, so up front you have your 50 amp outlet. This your trailer will come with a 50 amp adapter, which you can easily connect to a 110 extension and connect it easily to a wall outlet. And with that, you're able to power majority of equipment inside, depending on how much voltage is flowing through the building, right? If it's like a commercial building, you will have no issues. Now, you will have this 25 feet 50 amp extensions which you can easily connect to a generator.